Hi everybody, happy T1D Storybook Monday. We are back. We have another great story today. We are reading Diabetes Doesn't Stop Maddie. It is written by Sarah Glenn Marsh and it's illustrated by Maria Luisa DiGravio. And we have Campbell here.
Yes.
He is playing Magnetiles, listening to this story today with us. Okay, let's jump in. Diabetes doesn't stop Maddie. Time for school, Dad calls on Monday morning. Maddie pulls the covers over her head. She loves school, but it's her first day back since she learned she has type 1 diabetes. Her body stopped making insulin, which turns sugar into food into energy. And you see her tucked in there. She has the cover pulled over her head. As she checks her morning blood sugar and gives herself insulin, her little brother Alex peeks in. "Can I play with your phone too?" "No, silly," she answers. "This isn't a cell phone, it's an insulin pump." "Remember how my pancreas stopped making insulin? This delivers it straight to my body instead." You see her pump there. You see her putting it on her arm. "What's that?" he asks as Maddie quickly inserts a fresh CGM sensor into her arm. "This is my continuous glucose monitor," Maddie tells him.
Mommy.
"Ouch," he says. Yes. Very cool, buddy. "Ouch," he says, rubbing his arm. "Does that hurt?" "Not once it's in. Then I can't even feel it. The CGM gives me blood sugar readings so I know how much insulin I need. But Dad says it's important to always listen to my body when I feel thirsty or shaky." Campbell, what does your body tell you when you feel shaky?
Low.
You're low. And what does it tell you when you're thirsty?
I'm high.
You're high. Smart boy. Thank you for sharing that with me. Because that means your blood sugar is too high or too low, Alex finishes. Maddie needed to learn a lot about how to manage her care before being ready to go back to school. "Let's get your supplies ready," Maddie Magnificent, Dad says. Maddie grabs juice boxes, granola bars, and a glucagon kit in case of low blood sugars, extra batteries for her insulin pump, and an extra glucose meter and testing strips in case something happens to her CGM. See? She knows that she has everything she needs, but Maddie's still inside in her closet. She doesn't feel like Maddie Magnificent today. She's afraid of stares and questions. She wants to be treated like everyone else. Her dad cooks her favorite breakfast, waffles. 60 carbs for those, he says. Maddie tells her insulin pump how many grams of carbohydrates, nutrients that gives our body energy are in her meal. This will help her pump know how much insulin to give before breakfast. "See, you've got this," says Dad. Maddie almost smiles, but she's busy wondering how she will hide her insulin pump during lunch. She tugs her long shirt, hoping it will help. She's pulling it down over her insulin pump. Her classmates cheer when she walks in, especially her best friend Brianna. "What did you have?" Lee asks. "Was it strep? Chicken pox?" Maddie just shrugs and sits with Brianna. At lunchtime, Maddie's hands start to sweat as she's using her pump. A third grader passing by says, "Hey, we can't have cell phones in school." "It's not a cell phone," she says, but he keeps staring. "This is an insulin pump for my type 1 diabetes." Now other kids are stopping to stare too. "What's diabetes? Is it contagious? Does this mean you can't have Halloween candy anymore? Can you still play at recess?" Maddie blinks back tears. She wants to go home.
Why?
I think it was a lot of questions being asked for her first day back to school after she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Great question, Campbell. She can do everything you can, right? Just like you. She can do everything you can, Brianna chimes in. She knows Maddie is shy. No, diabetes isn't contagious, and yes, she can still eat candy if she takes her insulin. Brianna sits next to Maddie. My sister's pump is like that, she says. Hers is blue. Maddie had forgotten that Brianna's sister has type 1 also. It's good to know there are many others. It's good to know there are others just like her. She checks her blood sugar with a glucose meter. Brianna adds, but she's thinking about getting a CGM too. Thanks for answering those questions for me, Maddie says. Talking about type 1 with Brianna is nice, but Maddie is not ready to share with everyone else. In art class on Wednesday, her CGM gives a noisy beep. Uh-oh, her blood sugar is going too low. Everyone stops painting to watch. Maddie freezes. She needs some sugary juice, but she doesn't want to drink it in front of everyone. With sweaty, shaky hands, she takes out a small juice box. How come she gets juice? No fair, Sophia huffs. I think that's Sophie huffs. Maddie's cheeks turn pink. I think she's a little embarrassed.
Mom, look at my new thing.
Very cool, buddy. She needs something sugary to help her feel better, Luis explains. How does he know? Maddie wonders. On Saturday, Maddie had her first soccer game since being diagnosed. Nervous, Maddie Magnificent? Dad asks as she packs a snack. Maddie shakes her head. I have a plan. She holds up a granola bar. The combination of sugar and carbohydrates will help prevent her blood sugar from going too low during the game. That's a very good plan. During warm-up, Maddie passes the ball to Luis. Heads up, your CGM's showing, he says, glancing at her arm. My abuelo has the same one. Maddie's eyes widen. He has type 1 too? Sorry, that's a dinosaur. He has type 1 too? For 60 years, Luis answers as two of their teammates run by. What's that, Maddie? Are you a robot? Maddie doesn't answer. Her mouth has gone dry. Not this again. Hey, Maddie, let's go get some water, Luis says quickly. My abuelo doesn't like people asking about his CGM either, Luis confides. Thanks, it's not easy explaining to everyone, says Maddie. She likes that she can be herself and manage her diabetes around Luis. Want to sit with me and Brianna at lunch on Monday? Luis nods and smiles. What a nice friend. On Sunday, Maddie, Alex, and Dad go for ice cream. Maddie counts carbs and gives herself the correct dose of insulin without any help.
Dad.
How was the first week, sweetheart? Dad asks. Maddie takes a deep breath. It was hard. Kids asked a lot of questions, but next week will be better. I know what to say now, and I have friends to help too. Dad gives her a hug. On Monday, Luis brings cupcakes to share. It's 36 grams of carbs, Luis says as Maddie takes one. Oh, that's so sweet that he did that. Maddie doesn't try to hide her insulin pump this time, not with Brianna and Luis beside her. Lee joins them too, glancing at Maddie's pump. How does that thing work? Taking a deep breath, Maddie looks at Brianna. Then she starts to explain, well, it's easy when you take it one step at a time. Life is sweet with type 1 diabetes, and it's even sweeter when sharing with friends. The end. Done, that's right. Thanks for reading along with us, and thanks for allowing Campbell to join in on reading. Thank you, Campbell, for reading with us today. Okay. All right, have a great week. See you next Monday.